Alright. How are we doing, everybody? Welcome to Chappy and Junior's podcast. This is your co-host, Junior.
Chappy's here too somewhere. He's irritated at the moment. He's having technical difficulties with a computer again. On a Wednesday of all nights.
Again?
Our dating app Debacle co-host is sitting here with us.
Yeah.
She's got stories for you. Man, I hate computers. I really do.
It's a bunch of a hassle.
I hate computers. So, I guess we'll just get right into it because last week's debacle
Definitely didn't help.
didn't help. So, we pretty much decided we're going to give as much of this show today to you as Kirsten, if you possibly want. We have 45 minutes, I think. 44 and some change, you can have it all. So, what do you got for us today? What do you got for us today?
Well, I mean, some of the apps that I've gone through need to be deleted or just revamped, I think, personally.
Like which ones?
Especially with... Do what?
I said, like which ones?
Zeus, for real, that one is... The only thing I like about that particular app is that you go live and talk to people.
Okay.
So, like, if you're interested in their lives, you can go on there and talk to them. It's kind of like live TikTok almost.
I gotcha.
So you can actually talk to people live on that app.
It's definitely different than most dating apps, at least.
It is, and that's probably the only thing I like about it. Because it doesn't let you pick like an age range. So, like me, I'm 50 plus, but I've never dated anybody older than me.
Gotcha.
In my entire life, I've never dated. I was not married to somebody that was older than me, and my fiance that died a year and a half ago was not older than me. I've never dated anybody older. I'm not interested in older men because they tend to be interested in more 20 and 30-year-olds.
Yeah, that's
true.
He would fit in about 10 years younger than me. I've dated younger than that, or about 10 years younger than me. But I don't look my age either. So, if somebody that is my age looks at me and they're like, how old are you? And I'm like, does it matter?
Shouldn't matter.
And they're like, it shouldn't, but it does to some people. I mean, for me, I just don't. I feel like the older men are really old looking, and that's not a hit against any of the older men per se. It's just, for me, they look older, and I don't look my age, so I don't. And a lot of them don't talk to me because they think that I'm like in my 40s.
I gotcha.
Well, so, that could be probably because you look in your 40s. That's why.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, I mean, I understand that, but I don't get hit on a lot by guys that are older than me, and then, like, Zeus, it does not give you an option saying, hey, I want to date, like, within this ballpark.
Doesn't give you a margin.
No, it doesn't give you a margin at all. And then, the other thing that it doesn't is, like, type, whether you like to party or not, whether you like smoking or kids or anything like that, those are things that you have to pay extra for.
Huh.
Just to be able to tell that that's what you're interested in. Because, like, I'm not going to date somebody that's 5'1". I'm 5'6". I'm not dating somebody that's like 5'2", 5'3".
You don't like shorter guys.
I want somebody like, no, I've never dated anybody that's my height, ever. Never. Like, I'm not, like, I want to be able to wear heels if I want to, and I feel like a lot of times that guys get kind of upset if their date is taller than them.
I've never had that issue since I'm taller than everybody.
Well, I mean, but like, I'm used to people that are like 5'10" and above.
Right.
It's preference that I have. It's not everybody's preference, and that's fine. It's just, I think there should be an option as to how you want somebody like the same height as you. You should be able to pick whether you want like 5'10" to 7 foot, whatever that is. But it doesn't give you that option. And a lot of it is like, because they don't give you an option as to like age range, height, weight, or just general, like, if somebody has never had kids and doesn't want kids, like, in their life, like, they just want somebody who doesn't have kids either, it doesn't give you that option unless you pay for extra.
Which makes no sense to me, since every other app really gives you that. Just about.
Yeah.
And also, you can look on there, but it doesn't tell you anything about them except for their name and their age and what they look like.
Wow.
That's it. That's called the carousel, but that's all you get is just the name, the age, and like a few pictures. Okay, so where do they live? Do they live close to me? Do they not live close to me? Why can I not pick, like, if I want to drive 50 miles to meet somebody, that's my option. Or if I'm in a different, say like I travel a lot. If I want to go and meet somebody and I'm in Seattle just to go on a date,
should be able to
I don't have the option of knowing where it's from.
Wait, so they don't even give you the option on, what was that? What's the name of it?
It's called Boost.
Okay, I've never even heard of it.
VOSA.
Oh, okay. So they don't even give you the options of like, they don't give you the options of like height, weight, location, age, none of that? You gotta pay for it?
You have to pay extra for that. You have to pay almost $35 to be able to do that.
Damn!
Yep. It's like $29.99, but if you do 3 months, it's $40, I think. I'm not paying that much. Like, I'm not gonna like pay for something and then find out that there's nobody that's even close to me or anything else. Like, I would option, like, if I want to do extra, say, like, go on a date or whatever, I would be willing to pay maybe meet certain people, or if they pay a premium, they can talk to other people that are close, or the ones that, if you go to a different town, pay to find out where they're at. But you should be able to have the option as to like how close or how far or whatever that you want to do to find somebody, but not have to pay just to see a couple of pictures, their age and their name.
Right.
That makes no sense.
Right.
It does.
Uh-oh.
Poor Wi-Fi connection.
I think we losing you. Somebody's got a poor Wi-Fi connection.
I think that's us.
Is that us?
I think that's us. We have horrible reception back here.
You Okay, so like the next one, it's called, I think it's called Happen, and it's HTTN.
Never heard of it.
I haven't either.
Okay, so pretty much everything is premium. The only thing that you can tell is like if somebody has been close to you, so like maybe somebody's on the same map and it doesn't give like your location but cross paths with each other.
Huh.
And it kind of tells, I don't know, it doesn't tell like their location, but it tells like whether you guys have crossed paths.
Wait, it tells you that you've crossed paths?
Say like, you were in Columbia, South Carolina, and you were at a restaurant, and we were both on the same, or not, you were in like miles of each other, or if you walk by each other, it doesn't tell like location, it tells whether or not you guys have been in the same location.
Huh.
Well, that's interesting.
That's definitely different.
It is. But you have to pay for premium if you are wanting to, like, tell height, like, don't smoke, don't do it, like, if you got to own the app or whatever, you can be invisible for, like, up to 8 hours.
Huh.
But it's still, to me, very stalkery.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say, Kirsten. Like, you're basically saying that you've been near somebody, so you can kind of, like, once in a while, like, if you pay attention to it, you can figure out where
exactly
this person is, like, where you're crossing their path, and you just keep traveling around. You crossed their path again. That's, like, borderline very stalkerish.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that.
Very much so. And then the last one, which again, I don't know. This one is kind of like up in the air, I think. So Iris bases it on, because everybody knows that when you are meeting somebody, you look at how attractive you are to them. Fact. Everybody looks at somebody based on how attractive they are. Not how attractive that person is, just how attractive you are to that person.
Makes sense, yeah.
When you do that, you first get on there, it will go through like pictures of people. And you tell whether you are attracted to them or you are not attracted to them. So, based on that, it has like a thing that will come back and say, okay, well, you like this type of person, and because they look like this, because they have these color eyes, or if they have a beard, or if they don't have a beard, or if they have a beard, or if they're blonde-headed. So if you picked out all the blonde-headed people, it would gather information, and well, you're attracted to blonde-headed people. So if you like somebody with blue eyes, and you pick those, like when they're asking you the questions, because you go through about 50 to 75 different people, and you base it on like what you're attracted to. So then it pulls people from what you have said that you're attracted to like show up in the dating app. But when I've done it, it has pulled people from California, Texas, Illinois, New York, Pennsylvania, and there's only been like 3 people that have been like even remotely close. There was like 2 in North Carolina, but they were up towards Raleigh, and then there was another one that was in like Georgia.
Huh.
And I'm like, yo, I said, you are nowhere close to where I am. I mean, they were talking to me and they were like, yeah, this app like kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It sounds like it does.
People that are 1,000 miles away, or then they have people, there's a lot of Indians, like from India, people.
Yeah, they ain't gonna do you no
they're
good
1,000
here.
miles away, or they're from, like they have traveled and they're from India and they've lived in London and they have these whole big stories about like how their life has been, and I'm like, yeah, there's a little bit too many of y'all to make that like feasible. That to me, because there is a lot of guys, if you look at them, they don't look like what a typical Indian would look like.
Right.
Look more American, but then you start talking to them and the way that they converse, or the way that they text you, or how they talk to you is not like somebody that's from the United States.
I gotcha.
They talk in broken, or text in broken English. Like, most guys here would say, hey babe, or ask, like, what do you do? Or, it's none of that. It's like, oh, I've had this rich life. I was born in India. I grew up in London. And now I live in California. And I'm like, yeah, I've had 3 scenarios just like that.
Huh. So it sounds a
So
lot
to me,
like the same.
It's odd. It's a very odd app. And it just, to me, it's, I don't know, it's
sketchy?
It would be a good app if it actually truly worked for people that were in, like, I think, again, compare and then them is normally how it goes. You're attracted to somebody, you start talking, and then you find out, no, that's not really what I want. But attraction is the first part of getting to know somebody. It's like when you see a picture, you're like, oh, okay, well, he's kind of cute, or, something that he may say in his profile may keep you,
Pique your interest.
interested. Yeah, pique your interest. That's usually how it works. It's based on, like, the attraction and, maybe something that they say. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, that might work. But this one, to me, it's very fishy.
I gotcha. You said this one was what? Iris or something like that?
Yeah, it's called Iris.
Never even heard of it.
I haven't heard of it either, but I was just double checking on the name.
IRIS.
Huh.
Never even heard of it. That sounds fishy as hell.
It does. Just from what you've described, definitely sketcy.
So my personal opinion is the three
I
that
feel
you
like-
talked about today would be the ones
To
that
me,
need to stay away from.
I'm a woman.
Yeah.
Because I'm a woman, and because I do the same thing, I get their side, and they But with all the sexual trafficking on, this picks up on a lot of foreign people. And they say that they're, oh, I've got money, my parents have got money, my family's got money, I'm from India, I lived abroad, and now I'm living in, the United States. Things like that is a huge red flag because it's like North Carolina, South Carolina, because of where it's situated, 85 and 26 are huge red flags for any, sexual trafficking. It is a major thoroughfare for anybody, being trafficked. Because it heads to Charlotte, it goes to Charleston, it goes to Atlanta. They can take you all the way out to Tennessee.
It's not a good time.
And because there's a major, export right down in Charleston. So to me, it's kind of creepy in a way. Just because of all of the international people that are on this particular app.
Makes sense.
Oh, and things about apps that I have found really funny is when anybody puts information about themselves or pictures or makes a comment about, I really don't know what I'm doing here, whatever. The thing about the pictures is that guys will take and make a black and white, a color, do some kind of funny thing, and it's all the same picture. They'll have 5 or 6 of the same picture of themselves, and they don't have any more comment going, well, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I just thought I'd try it out.
I can definitely see it, though. It's
because men are simple.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're really interested in trying to find somebody, you would
put
put at least 4 decent pictures of yourself.
At least a couple.
Not a,
At least a couple of them.
Yeah, I mean, 4 would be minimum. And I have seen them where they have nothing but 15 pictures. The whole entire thing, they had 10 pictures and all of them were of fish. Why would you put just fish on your picture? To me, that sounds like you're fishing for whatever.
There are plenty of fish.
And then they have pictures of them with their ex-girlfriend or fiance or wife or whatever, and they have a frowny face or something covering up their ex. Don't put that on a dating app. Nobody wants to see who you were with before.
Yeah, no.
Nor did it see a picture with you and your wedding band on your finger.
Yeah.
That's just stupid.
And it's, well, yeah, I mean, because if you're ready to really move on, why take a picture with you or have a picture? Yes, it may be a good picture, but crop out your hand that's got the wedding band on it. It takes 10 whole minutes to crop out your finger.
Not even that.
It takes about 2 seconds to make a whole new picture.
Exactly.
That too.
I mean, why waste your time of
I agree.
chopping out a finger when you literally can go,
Because, like,
selfie!
Yeah.
And it's funny because, like, when you see the wedding band, that's the first thing that I look for on any picture that somebody has on their dating profile. Take a new picture. Your wedding band, unless you already state that you're looking for a third. Like, if you go on there and said you have, and you're like, hey, we're looking for another. Okay, fine, that's you.
Oh, that's
But don't put yourself with a wedding band and talk about how divorced you are and that you had a miserable marriage.
You want to be wearing the
you're
ring.
now ready to move on, and you're talking about how miserable your marriage was. That's not how you attract somebody. That's not an attractive feature, telling how miserable you were with somebody. Just don't state that. State what you like to do. State what you are looking for. Or that the other pictures is that they have their dogs, their cats, their children, but no pictures of them.
Huh. I can understand with you being with your pet or your kids in the picture. That I could get that.
Yeah.
But no, just have their kids in the picture or their dog, and or they for me, I don't like my kids. My kids do not know who I date or anything else until I know where it's going. Because my kids don't need to be involved in my personal life like that until I know that it's going to be something worthwhile.
That's definitely a really good point.
So, I do not put my children's pictures in any of my dating apps. It's nobody's business but mine and whoever I end up talking to.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
and period, just because your kids be involved.
Right. So okay, so why don't you for the next we got
You have
about
children.
we got about 10 minutes left. So I got a chore for you. Tell the men that might be listening, if they're on these or these dating app sites, why don't you tell them how they should set up their profile, I guess you call it, whatever it's called. Why don't you explain to them how they should, like what they should put in their profile? Take some time and say that, because we've talked about all these bad things about crazy sites. There has been people that's found their next wife, their next husband on dating sites.
Yeah, that's true.
So what are some of the good what are some of the
good
good things about them?
That have. The good, for guys, I think that if you have one picture of your children, that's fine, but 7 pictures of your children and 1 picture of yourself, I get that you have, your children, they're a big part of your life. I get that. But when somebody is first trying to meet somebody, you want to get to know them first. At least that's the way I feel and think, is that you want to get to know that person first. And it's fine if you say, hey, I have children.
Right.
Which,
but
understandable.
Right.
You don't want to show your face all over these dating apps, because you don't know who is looking at those. And I know that there has to be pedophiles on dating apps. So, sitting there and put pictures out on those dating apps, to me, it's not something I would do.
Agreed.
Just me personally, and I think that they need to think, more clear about having their children on there, just because I think it's more dangerous for that, because you don't know who's going to break in, on the other side, or who's going to do what, or how they're going to find, things like that. But telling about yourself, what you enjoy doing, what you find fun, what you would like to do for a first date, maybe like what you do for a job, because nobody wants to communicate with anybody anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of what is the problem on the dating apps, is that people are like, oh, I've got 7 people, and this person's going to offer me this, or this person's going to do this for me. And that's not how dating should be at all.
No.
It should be based on whether or not you guys have something in common, whether you click mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it is that you want. I think that you need to really, be honest with people. And a lot of people are not honest. I've only had maybe 2 or 3 guys in the past year and a half that were like, this is what I'm looking for. And usually it was sex, and I was like, no thank you. I'm like, that's not the first thing I'm thinking about. But, if I'm going to date somebody, I want it to be because we're working towards an ultimate goal.
Right.
Makes sense.
And I know that there are people, and I'm not downing anybody, if that's, if you don't want to date, if you don't want to be in a relationship, then fact-face that from the beginning. I don't want anything but sex, and if you're down, I'm down. But if you, and be honest, don't sit there and sugarcoat it and act like you want to be in a relationship, and then, you're gone.
Yeah.
Honesty is huge with everybody. I think honesty should be the main thing, but that's, again, just me. And if you don't want to be honest, and I figure out, I had one guy, started talking to me. He seemed honest enough, and, we talked for a couple of days, went out on a date, thought we had a really good time. He even said that he had a good time. It was a long time since we've had, and had me on all of his social media sites. He joined with everything that I was on. And the next week, he had to do something for her, and I just happened to run up on his. He started gradually ghosting, and I that happens. But if you're gonna do that, don't friend me on every social media thing that you have.
Right.
Because and then totally ignore me and go, oh yeah, I don't know you anymore now.
Right.
Wow.
Alright, so we got about 3 minutes, so we're gonna wrap this up. One final sentence. One final sentence or phrase that you could tell anybody getting on the dating scene right now. What would it be?
Probably to be very careful about the pictures that you put on there, because you don't know who's watching.
Alright.
Alright. Alright, Kirsten, it's been a great talk, and we're gonna try to get this Skype thing figured out so we can make this a whole lot easier.
Right.
Alright.
So, but it's been fun, and we're gonna have to pass on these advice, tips, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. Pass these on to others.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pass.
And it's not guys that do that. It's girls too. It's just my experiences with males, obviously.
And for the most part.
Well, that's because males are idiots.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Let's be real here for a second.
We're simple, but we're idiots.
We're very simple. Like if you think about what a what a male is, we're literally only put on this planet for one thing.
Yeah.
Literally, in every species, what is the male put here for? Breeding. So therefore, I mean, that's just, men are simple. So they breed or want to breed, and they go away.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like DNA in the DNA. Like, now, some guys have learned along the ways that it's not just that.
Right.
But
a lot
haven't. They're idiots.
Yeah.
Men are idiots. Alright, we're done talking about idiots. A lot of men are idiots.
Yeah.
They're not all. I mean, there is a good majority, I have to agree, but not all.
No.
And women can be the same way, that we can be very petty and mean.
Probably caused by a man.
Well, that's a possibility.
See?
That's a very good possibility.
Men are stupid. See, other men have made it hard for men that know that they're more than just a breeder.
They make it difficult.
The men have made it difficult for other men.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, just being honest, like a guy can just be asking for, like if you're not wanting to date or find a relationship, say that.
Right.
Say that you're not wanting, you're just wanting to date. Or you're just wanting to screw. Like, you can go on to Tinder and find somebody to screw on that app, because that's what most people have said, that's all it's for, and I'm like, yeah, I ain't with that.
Yeah. Alright, well,
But
anyway, we're running over our time.
Alright.
So, we will be in touch, and maybe we'll hear from you again before next Wednesday. Maybe we'll throw a mic in your face. Like, here, talk on this thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So. Alright, but it's been real, it's been fun.
But it ain't been real fun.
We'll talk to you later, Kirsten.
Alright.
Bye.
Well, that was interesting.
Very much so. It's always funny getting her on here.
Right.
But I've noticed a pattern.
For the last 2 weeks.
I'm gonna throw this fucking computer.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's every Wednesday.
You literally used it and went live on Monday.
Yes, and it worked perfectly
and it worked fine.
But tonight, we tried to bring her in on Skype and everything.
And it would not work.
Just like last week.
Just like last week. I really think it's something to do with Skype.
It might be.
And if that's the case, I'm gonna get a hold of them people and be like, listen, this ain't working. And, yeah, y'all might want to fix that or find an alternative.
Yes.
And figure out what the deal is. Now, I don't know if we're the only one having problems with Skype
through
that program or not. I don't know.
I really don't know either.
But, so today's show, you guys didn't get any intros, no outros, no commercials, no nothing. So we're gonna do a quick kind of outro here. we're going to tell you. I was going to wait until Friday to tell you about next month's giveaway, but we got a little bit of time here. We were running over on her time that we had set. I had set in my head to leaving us enough time to talk about this.
Yeah, at the end.
At the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up this, what I want to talk about, which is the website. So while that's coming up, we are in stage 2.
Yes.
Of the Adrenaline Underground Radio.
Yep.
We got the cloud set up for streaming all the time.
Yes, we did.
We got the a player on the
website,
on our website,
that you can go and listen to the cloud music playlist that is continuously playing.
Yes.
At any point, it's got our older podcast episodes in there as well.
Yes. So
you can go check that out. It is actually under a dark blue tab on the site.
On the site.
At Chappy'sandJrsPodcast.com.
Yeah, that way you guys can see it. It pops right out at you.
And it's above the affiliates.
Which is the other thing. We have 2 affiliates, Dell and 6th Ave.
Yep.
They're both electronics companies. Obviously, you all know Dell. 6th Ave is kind of a bunch of different things. They got iPhones, iMac, headphones, all kinds of stuff. But if you go to our website, hit the affiliates, click on their links, you guys will get some awesome details.
Oh my lord!
You know, as far as discounts, they'll hook you guys up. Both of them will.
And you can find the affiliates on our page, and it's a bright purple tab that you can't miss.
Yeah, you can't miss the 2 new things that we've added to our site. You can't. So, if you go to our homepage, and right as soon as you get there, it says click here for the giveaway rules and podcast news. If you guys click on that, it'll bring up the news of what's going on. And first it's going to bring up. It depends on if you're mobile or you're on a desktop. On mobile, it'll bring up the rules first for the giveaway, and then it'll bring up the podcast news. But if you're on a desktop, it's side by side.
Yep.
So, what we have here is the giveaway rules, and I'm going to read these really fast. Says, we are the hosts here at Chappy and Junior's Podcast. We have been running a giveaway for a baseball cap and a long sleeve t-shirt. There are now 4 different ways to get entered into this.
Yes, sir.
First one is if you registered for last month's. You have to go to this page, scroll down to the bottom, click giveaway, or click on comment and enter giveaway, and you're entered.
Yep.
The second way is the second, third, and fourth are all pretty much the same as the last month, which is come to the site, register on the site, you get an entry.
You refer somebody, they put your name down, you get an entry, and they also get one.
Right, and the second one is for every $5 you spend on our merchandise, we're going to give you 5 entries. Now,
there's no purchase necessary.
So this giveaway is going to be running from the 26th, which is Friday.
Yep.
And it's going to run until September 30th.
At 11:59.
11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be doing the drawing on October 1st.
Yep, that next Saturday.
Next Saturday. And we'll be on live on Twitch and TikTok and all that nice social media things again. So,
which we did figure out what was going on with our streaming.
Yeah, we got it.
It was, oh my lord.
So, now I do want to say congratulations to Rob. He did win the last month's giveaway. We reached out to him. We got the information, and it's on its way. So, real quick, we got about 20 seconds. Tony, the Superman Tony, and Christine. I'm going to be sending you guys both an email and letting you guys know you are entered into next month's giveaway.
The first 2 runners up, second and third place, are going to be entered in the next month's giveaway.
So, there's a whole bunch